Yep, and I will never forget about the time that you guys paid some thugs, okay, from the hood to murder my best friend who survived, who was not supposed to survive. And you guys attacked him outside of a liquor store, true story, and stabbed around his rib cage by his heart. And you were only, according to the doctor, about an inch away from hitting his heart. And if you were an inch away from hitting a certain artery, you just missed by like a fraction. That if you were just an inch closer to a certain heart artery, the doctor explained that he would have died immediately. But he's alive, and he survived. And you thought, because you didn't like him in my life, you didn't want him to be involved in my life. He was in the way. He was in the way of certain operations. Yeah, because you guys also like to set up listening devices and cameras hidden around my home. Well, now I know how to search for them. Okay? Now I know how to search for them. And now I have security cameras set up around my home 24/7. Everybody that comes in and out of these doors are on camera. And now I know how and where to search for listening devices and cameras and things. But before I had to learn all of that, you guys, were basically recording me in my home, like in two different apartments. This is one apartment that you guys did this. See, I wasn't even aware of Freemason's existence hardly in this first apartment. The time that you tried to kill my friend, he kind of in a way like died and came back to life. He was intensive care for a very long time, and now he's a very successful man who moved out of the city, owns a home and property, and is doing way better in life than any of you dumb fucks. I'm sure of it. Yeah, like I keep saying, like, Freemasons have no metaphysical power, because if they had metaphysical power, they wouldn't have to pay some thugs to try to kill somebody that they don't want around, right? If you had metaphysical power, you just have to do some kind of witchcraft, yeah, to take them out, right? If you have metaphysical power, if you want someone gone, wouldn't you just have to do some black magic to get rid of them? I mean, so clearly you guys don't have metaphysical power, because if you did, you wouldn't have to hire someone to kill somebody. You would use your metaphysical power to get it done. See, that's what the fuck I'm saying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to others. You have about as much metaphysical power as a rock. As a rock. My dog has more metaphysical power than you. Way more metaphysical power than you. This has more metaphysical power than you. Okay? Like, this has more metaphysical power than you, definitely. Okay? You have no metaphysical power. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to hire someone to kill someone because you want them out the way. Okay? Now let's talk about these listening devices I had to learn about. First apartment that we're talking about in Chicago, okay, when I left the sisters and got my own place, It was a hole in the wall place. And yes, I was staying with, excuse me, I was dating this guy, okay, who is now my best friend. You guys, when I went to move out, I found listening devices. Yeah, I did. I found them. They like to put them in vents and also in inside lights. Like, for example, maybe I can talk about this more another time, but I'm trying to show you. Okay, you see that up there? Like sometimes inside like that, if you were to open that up, you may find one. If you have one, you know, I'm saying, for example, that would be a place to put it. Also in where you can plug things in and out, like I'm trying to show you. Electric sockets is where you can I always undo the electric sockets and look in there because they also like to put them in electric sockets. I'm having a hard time speaking today. This one time, they actually had a wire in my second apartment that I had after this one I moved out of. Had a wire that was going around my entire place. And I pulled it down. It was like a wire that was in between the ceiling and the wall, like the crease in between the ceiling and the wall. And they had it glued in between the ceiling and the wall and then repainted over. And they had it wrapped around like half of my apartment. It was a small apartment, but they had this wire wrapped around half of my apartment. And then if I was pulling down the wire, me and my daughter are pulling down this wire. Like, when does it end? We found the end. The end was when it went down the crease of crack into the socket and plugged into a socket in a like a big white case thing. Anyway, I brought it to the police station and I asked them if they could tell me what it is because I wasn't sure, even though it looked like wiring, like for listening in on something, like what do you call it, like being tapped or whatever, like a wire tap. Anyway, I wanted to know. I took it to the police station. I asked them what it was, and they were like, well, the guy told me, yeah, it looks like one of those, what do you call it? I forgot what he called it, but basically like back in the day, one of the old school ways that they used to like do a sting operation, how they used to put the wiring on people's body, right? Tape it on people's body for like sting operations or to bust people or whatever, send them in with having this wire on them. That's what he told me. He told me that's what it looks like. He didn't say definitely that's what it is, but he said, yeah, that's what it looks like. He was an older guy, you know, old policeman who said it looks like one of those old school like wiretap thing. I said, that's what it is? He said, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. So that's what I'm saying. You guys break entries. You got no respect. You're just gangbangers. That's all you are. You're just a bunch of gangbangers. Yeah, you're just like a gang, you know? That's all you are. You're just another gang. How many gangs we need in the world? You know what I mean? The last thing we need is another fucking gang, you know? But that's all you guys are. You're just a gang. You have no metaphysical power. You're just criminals. That's it. That's all you are. That's all you are, and that's all you're ever gonna be. You're like lower than dirt. Like, I'm dead serious. You guys are lower than dirt. Like I said, you have no metaphysical power. A rock has more metaphysical power than you. Yeah, so all this, I don't have any secrets. I don't have secrets. You have secrets. These are your secrets. These are all your secrets you have to live with for the rest of your life. See, when you try to kill somebody and then they survive, oh boy. Oh boy. That would suck. To have to live with that and to see them and to live with that guilt and to see them, you know, survive. You tried to kill a good man, too. You didn't try to kill, like, some gangbanger, some thug, or some, you know, some terrorist running the streets. You know what I mean? No, you tried to kill a good one. You tried to kill a good man. Well, he's still alive. Praise the Lord. That's all I can say. Praise and be to the power of God. That's all. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, Jesus is bearing psalmody according to the information that is available. So, I don't know why people speak against, why voodoo practitioners would speak against Jesus, because Jesus is bearing psalmody. If Saint Bridget is Mary Magdalene, that would mean that bearing psalmody would be Jesus. So that's why it doesn't make any sense for Christians to speak against voodoo. And they say Jesus is going to come back. Jesus already came back. He came back in the 1800s. You always come back, come and go. We all come and go. Some of us don't know if we're coming or going, right? Anyway, some of that was a little bit just talking shit, but other of it, I just wanted to talk about it. You know, it was just like that. You know, that story of my friend, you know, being stabbed to almost death. That's something I never told, you know. It's something I just never spoke of, you know. Yeah, it happened and it's in the past and I'll just never speak of it again. But now I have nothing to hide. I never had anything to hide. I'm not you. I don't do what you do. You know, I don't have to keep secrets. You do.